doing? Today we are going to work on an orchid centerpiece. So we're going to work with orchids today. So the centerpiece for these, you can either use, like, this is about 4.5 inches tall, or you could use a nice shallow short dish if you want to do that. But we're going to use this gorgeous pot. It is ceramic, and we're going to use a piece of foam. Now my foam already came like this. We just need this to kind of meet the rim of this. Now don't worry about this not filling up your whole pot. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Cut it for size. You can also use something called gaps and cracks. But we're just going to use this piece, and it just meets about the top of here. It's okay if it goes a little down. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and hot glue this in. So I'm just going to put some hot glue all over the bottom of this and place it right there in the bottom. I have 2 of these. So I actually want to do like an L shape for this because I want to draw your eye a little bit higher and a little bit across the way as well. So whenever you do a centerpiece, remember you're not always bound to only this area right here, the width or the circumference or the space of the centerpiece. You can go as tall as you want or as wide as you want. We're going to go ahead and cut this at an angle. Don't worry about that foam showing. We got some moss to cover it and some other goodies. So we're going to go ahead and go up pretty high with this. So I'm going to give it enough glue, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a little hole with my glue gun, and we're going to go right in here, not too deep because I want to keep some nice height to this. And just go right in there. So this is what we have so far. And then my other piece, I'm actually going to come out and make an L. Backwards L, frontwards L, whatever you want to do, L. So I'm going to get a little bit of extra long for this because I'm going to bend it like this so it enters and draws across it, right? Our glue gun, I'm just going to draw right across it, right in this area. And put glue on the stem. Always be generous with your glue. You don't want anything to come apart. Love that look so far. So we have our eye going here and our eye going across. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to bring in some more tropical greenery for that. And I thought that these leaves were so beautiful and so pretty to go along with it. And these are just going to kind of shield that base of this design. And I'm going to keep them all whole stemmed together. Just that way they all draw towards the center. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. And kind of measure. I want it to sit right on the bottom to cover a lot of that. Before I place this though, I am going to work in a little bit of foam. I'm just measuring up to make sure it sits right, excuse me, not foam, a little bit of moss around the edges. This is just some Spanish moss. We're going to use that. I just drizzle a little glue. Do the back side first. And then take my moss, kind of place it around. You don't have to cover the glue, foam all the way with glue because this will just latch on to whatever glue that you have placed. I'm literally doing a little zigzag. And I'm using just this Spanish moss, just like a little, to cover up that bottom area. And then this is just going to sit right on top in the center. I don't need my stem extremely long, just long enough that it's going to go right there in that center section. In between these cuties. There we go. Perfect. perfect right here. I want it kind of coming out the bottom. You could be done with it right now and call it a day, but I am going to add a little bit on it. If you know anything about me and how I like to create, I like it to be full. But we're also going to go in and we're going to bring in some of these gorgeous succulents. I think the color of it just kind of plays with that really well. It's going to be so pretty. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them or just one of them. I am going to go ahead and cut that stem down because I do want this to sit along the bottom. Now I do love triangles, so I love how this is here, and then this is here. So they're kind of, even though they're not the same, they're still playing with each other. I'm using plenty of glue from my glue gun. I'm going to go right in here. Right there is such a good spot for it. And then to bring in the succulents a little bit more, other than just these areas, we have these little succulents. I love to shop for like vase fillers and different things like that, but these are just little succulent vase fillers. I thought about putting some rocks or pebbles down at the bottom, but these are succulents and I thought they were so precious to put right around the bottom in little bundles. It doesn't have to fill the whole bottom because I like the moss to still show, but I thought, for example, like on the table, if we just bundle them up in a little bit, like kind of growing out like a patch like that. I thought that was so cute. So we're definitely going to do that. So let's focus on the back and put this little pouch here. So all you have to do is take your glue and glob a little bit on and then place it right on that moss. Just gluing a little bit around. I don't want the same color combo to be right on top of each other. I like to break up the shapes a little bit too. Just sitting right on that moss. And it has that pretty blue color in there too. Just a little bundle of succulents. So I thought that was adorable. And then I'll probably bring a little more over here. I want to add a little bit more moss, so I'm going to add some more moss. But using the glue and sticking a little bit more moss in there is super a great filler for those orchids. I like the moss and succulent vibes, just very earthy. I love the color, the deep colors, how it goes with this. But I think that is so adorable with the blues. Putting them to where they're kind of growing on top of each other. I love this airy leaf, how it doesn't take away from the beautiful florals. I would even be okay with just using one of those orchids, would have been beautiful as well. So maybe you just don't want to do two of them. Maybe you want to do one large orchid. I think white would have been beautiful. I love that color combo it gives together, these two with the blues. I love the succulents, and I love this one coming out here. So gorgeous, very airy, very different. Love that. Y'all, if you're looking for more inspo in creating, we would love for you to join us in creative coaching, where we teach and inspire you weekly with different tutorials, whether they're going to be wreaths, centerpieces, swags, garlands, grapevines, all the things. But I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial and hope you're inspired to create something with these gorgeous orchids. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.